One of the questions that comes from a lot of the work that I do with individuals in workshops and even in webinars is, how do I get better at controlling emotions in the moment that I have them? An instance of an emotion is made by how we conceptually and contextually interpret sensory information. So your body, our bodies, are a source of sensory input. Just like the external world provides many sensory inputs all day long, we're also getting a lot of sensory input from our own body. So our brains interpret that sensory input through concepts that we've developed over time. And these concepts shift depending on context. So here's an example. It's 6 p.m. and you feel a pain in your stomach. Looking at the clock, noticing the time, you might interpret that sensory information to mean that you're hungry. After all, it's dinner time. But what if the same pain were experienced in November, the start of flu season? Would that pain then be interpreted as nausea? Or what if you're waiting for a call on a job interview? Perhaps the interpretation will be anxiety. Awareness of how we conceptually and contextually create our emotions gives you the emotional quotient or the emotional intelligence skill set to challenge the automatic reflex of an emotion, so that in the moment, instead of reacting in your default pattern, what you'll do instead is use impulse control. You'll wait and you'll gather more details. You'll challenge concepts, take a look at all of the context that's happening around you, remain objective, adapt. Challenging the reflex then results in a different emotional experience, which then triggers very different thinking. And this is how we avoid the autopilot reactions in the moment. This is how we develop our emotional self-awareness. And this is often how we end up being way more successful in interactions than if we didn't have this skill set.